Hey y'all, welcome back to Proficiency in Play. My name's Pip, your Dungeon Master. In this episode 4 follow along video, we're going to talk about the Savra. Now, in episode 4, our party met the Savra for the first time outside of Revel. And the Savra are kind of nomadic desert and grassland dwelling people. They are small lizard folk that look a little bit like if you've played Legend of Zelda, the Lizzlefish from that series, though they're slightly different. They often run on all four legs and are very, very low to the ground, very slender, and quite small compared to all of the Grimmel that we've met. The Savra are capable of storing water in bubbles in their throat. They can drink several gallons at a time and hold it in bubbles, which helps them traverse long distances outside of Revel, similar to how a camel would store extra water in their hump to make sure that they are good to go because they are on the move a lot. Some Savra are entirely nomadic, not really calling any place home, while other Savra do settle down in groups that are useful to them, though the idea of emotional connection and friends and family is pretty foreign to the Savra. The Savra who do settle down in groups usually do so because life is easier or more productive, and it's a very natural kind of life that they live. If you're useful to me, we can settle down together and will take advantage of each other's skills. If you've watched my video about the world of Eos, you will notice that the world of Eos is separated into four quadrants, just similar to the city of Revel. And each of those quadrants represent one of the primal elements of earth, air, fire, and water. And as we'll see a little later on, there are races that kind of inhabit those four quadrants and represent those four elements as well. Now, the Grimalkin in Revel live outside of that balance of four, as do the Savra. In the center of Eos, there's a large desert, and this is the homeland of the Savra. They have expanded out from this desert quite a bit by now, where they live in the grasslands and trade with Revel. They'll climb up to the mountain peaks to trade up there. They'll go through the forests and through the darklands as well. So the Savra are sort of the interconnected traders, where the people who live in these four different areas don't really move around a lot and trade with one another. The Savra are these traveling traders that profit on buying something over here, selling it over here. And they're incredible travelers, and as such, exist on their own and in the wild very comfortably and very easily. The Savra are incredibly intelligent and they are incredibly self-focused. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean they're unkind. It just means that they're going into every interaction thinking about what they can gain from it. So if you offer the Savra something to gain, then they will gladly help you, but they will betray you just as quickly if a better offer comes along. This makes them very useful because they travel and know the world of Eos better than anyone else, but it makes it very risky to rely on the Savra too much because as a group, they are individually focused and really out for themselves. As I said, the desert in the center of Eos is the homeland of the Savra, though since the meteor impacted the center of that desert 10 years ago now, the Savra have really expanded their reach into moving around, though they do still protect the desert, making travel for the other races through the center of Eos very, very difficult, which leads to the separation between all of the races of Eos. That the Savra aren't necessarily forcing that separation, though they do see how they can gain from trading between the races. And if the races could trade more easily to one another, then the Savra could get cut out. So they do protect that center space of the desert very, very harshly. And while the Savra are small, they're incredibly cunning and incredibly insightful. So they are very difficult to work around because they know the weak points of everyone in Eos and they're very, very well connected as far as information goes. So this has been a look at one of the other major races of Eos after the Grimalkin, the Savra, small lizard folks who are nomadic desert dwellers that have really found their niche trading between Revel and the world of Eos, and they come from the desert in the center of Eos and protect it partially. They're very individualistically minded and always out for personal gain. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos about the world of EOS. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.